Welcome to the spine-tingling world of our unholy tales, where fear takes its darkest form and every shadow holds a chilling secret. We are your guides through the twisted and nightmarish tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat, clutching your pillow for dear life. Get ready to embark on a journey into the abyss of your deepest fears as we explore the realms of the supernatural, the macabre, and the unknown. It was the peak of summer, and the sun was setting in a blaze of orange and pink hues as four friends, Sarah, Mike, Kelly, and David, embarked on a road trip that would forever alter the course of their lives. The air was filled with anticipation and the promise of adventure. As they left behind the familiarity of the bustling city and ventured deep into the heart of the countryside. Their destination was a remote, off-the-grid town known as Bumbleville, a place they had discovered on an obscure website listing hidden gems of the American heartland. The description of the town was bizarre and intriguing. Welcome to Bumbleville, where the residents paint the world with smiles, where every day is a carnival, and laughter never ends. As their car wound along a narrow, winding road, the landscape transformed. The lush greenery of the countryside gave way to eerie, desolate woods that seemed to stretch on forever. A thick mist cloaked the surroundings, reducing visibility to a mere few feet. The air was still, and a palpable unease settled among the group, but they pushed forward. It was well past midnight when they reached Bumbleville. The town had no clear boundaries. It simply materialized out of the fog, catching them by surprise. As they drove into the town centre, their car's headlights revealed a surreal sight. The buildings were painted in vibrant, gaudy colours, and each structure was adorned with oversized, colourful clowns' faces that grinned from above doorways and windows. It was as though a carnival had frozen in time. "Wow, this place is something else," Mike commented with a nervous chuckle. Bumbleville's streets were devoid of life. The town square was dominated by a giant, grotesque clown statue, arms outstretched in a welcoming, albeit menacing, pose. The group parked their car and stepped out, taking in the bizarre surroundings. "Where is everyone?" Kelly asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. The silence was oppressive, almost as if the town was holding its breath. As they explored further, the friends realized that every structure was adorned with a different type of clown, from the classic painted face and red nose to the more obscure like sad clowns, jesters, and harlequins. They heard faint music in the distance, the familiar tune of an ice cream truck, but it felt eerie, out of place in this abandoned carnival town. Following the music, they turned a corner and found a small ice cream truck, its roof adorned with colourful balloons. A sign on the side read, "Smiles on Wheels." The driver's seat was empty, but the engine was still running. An eerie chill ran down their spines as they looked around, noticing a trail of wet footprints leading away from the truck. "Should we follow these?" David suggested, gesturing at the prints. With an air of curiosity and growing unease, the friends decided to follow the footprints, which led them deeper into the heart of Bumbleville. The trail ended at a quaint little house, its facade covered in clown paintings. The door creaked open as they approached, revealing a dimly lit room. Inside, they found a bizarre scene. The room was filled with mannequins dressed as clowns, some seated at a large dining table, others perched on chairs, all with vacant smiles and painted faces. It was as if they had stumbled upon a surreal circus in a dream. In the centre of the room, a life-seized clown doll dangled from a noose, its grotesque grin frozen in time. Sarah gasped, while Kelly covered her mouth in horror. Mike tried to maintain a veneer of bravado. "This is some creepy art installation, right?" But David couldn't hide his unease. "I don't know, guys. Something's off about this place. We should leave." Before they could react, they heard a shuffling sound from a nearby hallway. Turning slowly, they saw a figure approaching. A man dressed as a clown, his face painted in bright colours, a red nose, and an exaggerated grin. "Hello there," he said in a sing-song voice, extending a gloved hand. "Welcome to Bumbleville. I'm Chuckles." "Chuckles?" Kelly whispered to Sarah, her eyes weed with trepidation. Sarah nodded, her voice equally hushed. "We need to be polite, Kelly." The man named Chuckles seemed friendly enough, though his presence was unsettling. He invited the friends to join him for a meal, saying, "Our little town loves guests. We don't get many these days." Despite their reservations, hunger got the best of them, and they agreed to dine with Chuckles. The table was set with colourful clown-themed plates and cutlery, and the food, though strange, was surprisingly delicious. As they ate, Chuckles regaled them with tales of Bumbleville's history. The town, he explained, had been a bustling circus town long ago, until a terrible accident had led to the closure of the circus. The residents, unable to leave their beloved town, had decided to keep the spirit of the circus alive by embracing clown culture. "But don't you ever want to leave?" Sarah asked, her curiosity growing. Chuckles' grin faltered for a moment, his eyes briefly clouded with sadness. "We can't, you see. Bumbleville has a way of keeping people here. Once you enter, you never truly leave." The friends exchanged uneasy glances, but it was too late. They had already tasted the strange food and, with it, had unwittingly become a part of Bumbleville's curse. Chuckles led them to a colourful, clown-themed guest room in a nearby house, assuring them that they would be safe for the night. As they lay in their beds, they discussed their options. "I don't like this, guys," David whispered. "We need to find a way out of here." "But how?" Kelly replied. "The car won't start, and the town seems to have no end." With uncertainty hanging over them, they drifted off to sleep, unaware of the nightmares that awaited them. In their dreams, the clown faces that adorned the buildings seemed to come to life, their painted smiles stretching wider and wider, revealing rows of serrated, blood-stained teeth. They heard haunting laughter that echoed through the town, a cacophony of madness. As morning light filtered through the curtains, the friends awoke, shaken by their disturbing dreams. But the real nightmare had just begun. The town, once eerily quiet, was now bustling with life. Clowns of all kinds wandered the streets, their painted faces betraying no emotion other than manic joy. The friends ventured outside and were greeted by a chorus of laughter from the townsfolk. Their attempts to leave were met with resistance. The car's engine remained stubbornly silent, and every road they tried to take seemed to loop back into the town square, as if Bumbleville was playing a cruel game with them. Sarah, Mike, Kelly, and David felt their sense of reality unravelling. The longer they stayed in Bumbleville, the more they began to lose their own identities. They too donned clown makeup and costumes, their forced smiles hiding their growing terror. Days turned into weeks and then months. The friends were trapped in a nightmare of perpetual carnival, forced to play the roles of clowns in a never-ending circus. Each day they painted their faces, donned their costumes, and joined the manic laughter that echoed through the town. As they wandered the town, they saw other lost souls who had stumbled into Bumbleville, each one gradually losing themselves to the relentless, maddening joy of the place. The townsfolk seemed like a never-ending cast of characters, each with their own clown persona, from weeping clowns to twisted, malevolent jesters. In their desperate moments of clarity, they would gather and try to devise an escape plan, but their efforts were always thwarted. The town seemed to conspire against them, its streets shifting and changing to confuse and disorient. One day, as the friends sat in a park, watching a group of children play on a colourful clown-themed carousel, they noticed something different. Among the children, they saw a little girl with sad, empty eyes, her clown makeup smeared with tears. She approached them and whispered, "Please, help me get out of here. My name is Lucy, and I'm not like them." In Lucy, they saw a glimmer of hope. They vowed to find a way to free her from Bumbleville's grasp. They began to observe the town's patterns, searching for weaknesses in its bizarre rules. Over time, they discovered that the town's hold on them was linked to the clown makeup. It was the very essence of Bumbleville's curse. If they could remove it, perhaps they could regain their lost identities. One night, while the townsfolk were asleep, they stole into a costume shop, searching for a way to cleanse the makeup. They found a hidden room filled with makeup removers, and for the first time in months, they began to scrub the clown paint from their faces. But as the makeup dissolved, their true faces were revealed, and they saw the price they had paid. Their skin had become pallid, their eyes hollow, their faces etched with permanent twisted smiles. The curse had left its mark. They woke Lucy and carefully removed her clown makeup. The little girl's eyes filled with tears of relief as her true self emerged. "Thank you," Lucy whispered, her voice trembling. With Lucy in tow, they made their way to the town square, where the massive clown statue loomed. They realized it was the source of Bumbleville's power, the key to breaking the curse. As they approached the statue, they felt an oppressive force pushing back against them, but they pressed on. Sarah, Mike, Kelly, and David joined hands and focused their willpower on the statue. With a deafening, otherworldly groan, the statue crumbled to dust, and the town of Bumbleville began to disintegrate around them. Buildings melted like wax, and the clown faces faded away. The townsfolk, once lost to the curse, began to regain their identities. As Bumbleville collapsed, a chorus of screams and cries filled the air, a cacophony of despair. The friends, Lucy by their side, felt a strange sense of liberation and horror. They had escaped Bumbleville, but the curse had left its mark on them. The town, its existence erased from the world, was now nothing but a haunting memory. They knew that the nightmare of Bumbleville would forever linger in their hearts, a reminder of the darkness that could lie hidden in the most unexpected places. The road trip had led them to a town where laughter had turned to madness and smiles concealed the deepest terrors. The friends returned to their old lives, forever changed by their encounter with the Town of Eternal Grins, knowing that some horrors could never truly be left behind.